shout out to Iowa and Nebraska.
When we listen, we are unconfined, free. There's more to imagine.
So one day, this woman is in bed, suddenly, the house explodes, and the whole thing goes up. But despite how loud the explosion was, it's closer and closer. Eventually, things seem to be going very well. Because one day, bang, she finds out she has breast cancer. But luckily, Snake, who we'll call Snake. And Lula and Snake have been friends for over 20 years. So naturally, Snake is like, don't worry, bestie, we're gonna beat this cancer together. And Snake is also Lula's neighbor, so she starts helping her a lot. She drives her to a chemical appointment. Snake gets booked.
Yo, Tricky. Let's do the strat where I get on top of alright, I'm gonna go get on top of Yellow. Can I use your head? Yep. I have mic audio on, by the way. Tricky, come on, quick. No! I'm going to grief Yellow, though. Cannot let them run. They can hear you and me. Yeah. Yeah, it's just you gotta go into, like, you press the PlayStation button and then press unmute mic. And then we'll talk. It lets you talk. Sure. I just put Fall Guys. I don't do that stuff. I only play customs and sometimes get crowns.
But Snake, she's still there for her friend. She's cooking, she's cleaning, she's caring for her, and just goes on. And yes, Snake is like, well, the friend isn't gonna be alive long anyway. Might as well make some money. So Snake goes, she starts what she makes herself the beneficiary. Life insurance policy worth over $700. It's worth something. They require so Snake poses as Lula, and she gets a busy. One day,
Yeah.
suddenly, Lula gets great news. Her cancer's going to she's actually gonna die from this, and everyone is happy. Except for Snake, because now the life insurance policy she took out. So Snake comes up with a new
Earlier.
She's like, fine, I'll unalive her myself. And she just happens to know a guy who can help her. This guy, Wayne. So Snake goes to Wayne and she's like, I'll pay you $5,000.
Alright, you actually go do it and then I'll just go to the side. I can get it. Got it.
So the whole thing is ruled an accident, and old Snake starts cashing in on that insurance. Until, again, the insurance agent who sold Snake one of those insurance policies. She hears about his death in the fire. She's like, aw. But then she goes to Walmart one day, and she suddenly sees Snake. And she thinks it's Lula. Because remember, when Snake came in and bought the insurance policies, she was pretending to be Lula. So the insurance agent is like, I thought this woman just died in a fire. And She knows something's up, so she goes and she reports it to the police. So the police, they know it's all a scam, so they go and arrest Snake for wire fraud. But unfortunately, they can't seem to prove that she had anything to do with the fire set to Lula's house. But then, 2 years later, this man, David Vincent, he's sitting in jail. And David Vincent, he doesn't like it there. So he decides he wants to lighten his sentence by snitching on someone. And by sheer coincidence, David Vincent used to work with Wayne doing landscaping. And one time, Wayne had confessed that he once burned down his woman's house in exchange for $5,000. So David Vincent takes this information to the police, hoping that they'll lighten his sentence, which I believe they do. And the police, they eventually arrest Wayne. And Wayne not only confesses to starting the fire that's in life, but he reveals this isn't the first fire Snake actually started. He had also helped her burn down her own daughter's house, hoping to collect insurance. So police arrest Snake again, and they search her house, and they find evidence showing she's also in the middle of committing another insurance fraud scheme, trying to have another guy who's totally separate from anything else in this story, trying to have him unalive too, so that she can collect his insurance policy. So anyway, here's her motion. So she eventually goes to trial, she's found guilty, and she's sentenced to life in prison. And Wayne also gets convicted, he pleads guilty, and he's also sentenced to life. So, shout out to Mississippi. This man, he so much that he gets mad.
Share Factory and CapCut. Why? I use Share Factory and CapCut. After I trim the stuff in Share Factory, and then I edit it in CapCut. Like all the transitions, all like the effects, all that.
Bert thinks Linda is fool and he wants to be with her real bad. So he tries everything he can.
I don't have it linked. I don't have my YouTube linked to CapCut. It just automatically saves the video on my device, and I can use it.
Her house every morning so he can give her a ride to work, and for him, it kind of works. She eventually
I do.
and they end up.
I do.
But that's when things go.
You can literally just link it if you already have it.
And then one night, during one of their dates, he drops up. Bert is actually already married. Like, he's already got a wife and kid. And this news devastates Linda. She's real pissed off. But he tells her, no, look, it's fine. I'm actually in the process of getting a divorce. But still, Linda doesn't like this at all. So then, Bert tries everything he can. He even shows up one day and shows her a divorce.
I got copyright from my kill shot montage in a matter of 30 seconds.
So Linda, she says, she wrote Bert for she's done. Shortly after that, she
How?
herself and she moves on. And she meets this guy, Larry. She and Larry, they start dating. Larry's a nice guy. And then after a few months, they get engaged. And then Bert, he hears about this engagement, and he is not taking it well. He's angry, and he starts flipping out, and he decides he is not going to give up. And he becomes obsessed with getting Linda back. He's calling her all the time, sending her letters, flowers, gifts. He even starts contacting her friends, asking them to deliver messages to her. But unfortunately for him, none of that works. So he tries the
I'm dead.
only other thing he can think of. He starts.
Did you kill me?
He starts throwing rocks out the window all the time.
It's fine.
Killing her for and
Try and grab fight him. You might win.
No one else. So he goes and he hires 3 goons to this big girl. So one morning, it's a normal day. She's at her house and the doorbell.
He's dead.
She goes to answer. One of them is jarring, and then boom, he throws a liquid in her face, and she screams as this liquid immediately starts to burn. So, what is liquid? A bunch of lava. Remember that chemical burn scene from Fight Club that burned Edward Norton? That's lava. That's what they threw in her face. So it's immediately burning her up, and an ambulance comes and rushes her to the hospital.
Yeah.
There, it spends about 3 minutes. They're doing multiple surgeries, trying to recover, but unfortunately, this attack ultimately leaves her permanently blind in one of her eyes and partially blind in the other. And to make things even worse, shortly after she's discharged from the hospital, she has a long talk with Larry, and they decide to call off the engagement. They think Bert is too dangerous of a person and that he's probably going to try and hurt Larry next. So, no more engagement. 4 months later, police finally track down the goons who Bert hired to attack Linda. And they give in and they confess to doing it, but they say it was all Bert's idea. So then, pow, Bert gets arrested. Now, I don't have his mugshot, but I do have a picture of him getting arrested. So he gets sentenced to a minimum 15 years in prison. But he still has a huge problem, because he's very much still in love.
It was a creator tournament.
So while he's in prison, he starts to write letters to her. He tells her he misses her. He tells
We
her
didn't even get to play because Phantom didn't show up.
he's crazy about her. Poor Linda. Her attacker's now in prison, but even still,
A bunch of them. Little guys.
she's nearly blind now. She's going perpetually. She's living all by herself.
I can't name all of them.
So she gets lonely. She starts to write him back. And Bert, when he learns about her finances,
Yeah. I have 100 subscribers. He just invited me. Phantom just invited me. Also probably because I'm his friend. No. They just invite you whenever you're streaming. Or in your comments. Hey, somebody stole my main outfit, bro. Grab. Bro, why is this fan so strong? Bro. I got it.
he starts to save because he's been doing carefully work on the side, and whatever little money he makes, he sends to her, and she needs that money, so they stay in regular contact. And 14 years go by, and they're still in contact. And finally, one day, Bert's sentence is over. He gets released from prison, and once he's out, he and Linda start meeting up again. And old Bert, he's actually getting a bit of media attention since the release, because he's the guy who made the news years ago because he hired a couple of men to blind his ex-girlfriend by throwing lye in the face. So he's kind of locally infamous, and he gets invited to do an interview on TV. So he goes on this live TV show, and while he's there, during the interview, he turns to the camera, and he proposes to Linda. And of course, because, you know, life isn't fair and we live on a fucked up planet, Linda says yes. And only 8 months after he's released from prison, Linda married the man who blinded her. And they live happily ever after, and here's what they look like in real life. Until over 20 years go by. And by this time, Bert has cheated on Linda with multiple women. Because of course he has. But one of his mistresses comes forward with him, and she says she and Bert have had a fling for the past 5 years. But that recently he had been harassing her and threatening her with violence. The same thing he used to do to Linda. So this mistress, she goes and she
Mine. I stole a tail from our teammate, bruh. Nuh-uh. Bro, I'm getting... Bro, run. What are you doing? I knocked him off. No! Mine. No! I made it. I'm good. No. Help me, bro. I'm getting jumped and harassed and four other thingies, bro. Tricky, run! No! I'm running for my life. No, no! I almost got my sales going. No. Let's go.
Charges again. And the case eventually goes to court. And Linda actually appears in court as a character witness for Bert. She's like, oh no, he would never hurt anyone. And ultimately, Bert beats most of the charges, but he does get convicted of second-degree harassment. So the couple continues on with their marriage. And then, about 15 years after that trial, unfortunately, Linda passes away. And then, in a weird twist, years later, when Bert is 93, his much younger caretaker allegedly swindles him out of his $15 million fortune. Like,
Sure.
$40. But that's a whole other story.
I have a bunch of other best friends, so I have a lot of best
Shout out to
friends.
New York.
Don't come to me, bro. I'm just cheating. I don't have him. There it is. No. I never watched Skibidi Toilet. No.
So
Bro,
this guy,
come here.
let's call it
No.
a burglar's on and it's late and the staff is still there, but the store is closed. And Hamburglar gets up starts drilling,
Wop,
cutting
wop, wop,
Once he
wop,
has a
wop.
hole big enough, he repels down into his on the staff. They're still there.
Hey, no cussing on my screen, bro. No, I'm joking. I really could get, I couldn't care at all.
Everyone please get into the walk-in.
I need help.
He even suggests that they take their coats with them.
They cannot see me, bro. Tricky, look.
So the McDonald's staff
Tricky, look where I am. They can't find me, bro. And this guy has my combo on. Yeah. Bro, that shit was so 2021. It's gonna be all over the internet again, bro. No, my parents won't let me watch it, bro. They're overprotected as fuck. I'm so good though. I'm good. Like after the round or after the game? Brown cooked, brown cooked, brown cooked, brown cooked, brown cooked, brown cooked, bro, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. I'm alive, 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 I'm alive. No.
He robs McDonald's. Why mostly McDonald's? Well, because he used to work there as a teacher. So he knows McDonald's stores are very cool. Most of them have the same layout, a lot of them have the same schedule, and when he robs these stores, he always robs during closing. And he always lowers himself down quickly so that he won't attract any unnecessary attention trying to bust through the front doors. And using this method, he robs somewhere between
I've seen, first of all, I've watched the Mr. Beast Squid Game. I've watched a bunch of, like, Squid Game, like, thingies. I watched, my parents don't know, but I've watched, like, no ad Squid Game.
He drives 10 miles away, finds an elevator, himself.
I died! No. Well, I could watch the FNAF movie, but that's it.
Doors in one day. But in this McDonald's, a few hours later, an employee is actually able to hit the siren alarm. And then, boom, the Hamburglar gets him. And he gets arrested, and here's his mugshot. So he goes to trial, he gets sentenced to 45 years in prison. And almost immediately, he starts thinking of a plan to break himself out. 4 years later, he finally gets his chance. See, Hamburglar is very well behaved in prison, so they allow him to work in the metal shop with a good prisoner schedule. And while he's there, he secretly uses all their tools to make like a fake undercarriage. And he fastens it to an actual undercarriage of a delivery truck. And then he hides in it as that delivery truck is leaving the prison. And this allows him to escape. So now he's on the run. But unfortunately for him, he's got nowhere to stay. So he breaks into a local Toys R Us at night and he stays there. He finds a little cubby hole way behind the bike rack where he can make a little camp and hide and sleep at night. And every night during closing hours, he comes out and he gets exercise by riding bikes up and down the aisles, and he survives by eating baby food off the shelves, and he knows where all the security cameras are, so he knows how to avoid them and not get caught. And so he just lives here in this Toys R Us comfortably for like several months. Meanwhile, he starts a sort of normal life out in the community. He joins a local church and he's very active in it. In fact, while he's at this church, he meets a really nice woman. This woman, Lee. And Lee's a nice single mother with 3 kids, and Lee likes Hamburglar, so they start dating. Now, obviously, he doesn't tell her he's an escaped convict who's living in a nearby Toys R Us. Instead, he has a sports
Alright, I'll wait.
and that he won't tell her much about his job or his background because he says he has special security clearance and lives in a secret government building. And Lee's just like, alright, cool. Because she likes Hamburglar. I mean, she's a single mother, and he's really good with her 3 kids. Like, he's always hanging out with them and bringing them new toys, which he stole from Toys R Us, but whatever. And this whole thing, it goes on for several months. But then, as time passes, it starts to get to the Christmas season. And Hamburglar decides this Toys R Us is getting way too much foot traffic for him to keep staying there, hiding out in his little cubby hole behind the bike rack. So he gets some tools, and during closing hours, he tunnels through the wall and into the next building over, which just happens to be an abandoned Circuit City. And there, he sets up a new secret hideout inside almost a little closet area underneath a stairwell. And he had stolen a DVD player. So there, in Circuit City, he just kind of chills most of the day. He watches a bunch of DVDs, and he is completely undetected. Until, as the holiday season ramps up, Hamburglar knows Toys R Us is about to make a ton of money. So he decides he's gonna rob them. So he waits until the day after Christmas, when the stores finally closed, and the employees, they're still there, closing up and counting the money. And Hamburglar gets a pew-pew that he had stolen, and he sneaks into the Toys R Us. The 2 Toys R Us employees quickly manage to slip out the back door, and they run as fast as they can until they get to a phone and they call police. And the police show up, and they try to corner Hamburglar. But Hamburglar, he's a bit crafty, and he manages to escape through that tunnel. So the police find the tunnel, and eventually they find a secret hideout under the stairwell in Circuit City. And in his hideout, they find a DVD he had been watching. And from that, they're able to get his fingerprints on it. That DVD, coincidentally, lets me forget. Anyway, once they have his fingerprints, they correctly identify him. And now they know he's the same guy that robbed all those McDonald's back in the day and then later broke out of prison, Hamburglar. So police put out an APB, letting everyone in the community know that there's an armed convict on the loose. And then the story makes local news, and then they show Hamburglar's mugshot on the screen, and then some people from the local church, they recognize him, like, hey, that's the guy who stayed in Lee. So the police, they go talk to Lee, and then they explain to her that this nice guy who's been really great to her kids is actually a wanted ex-con. And Lee is sad, and she's devastated. She agrees that. And then after they plan a whole setup, Lee calls Hamburglar and she invites him over to her 40th birthday party. And Hamburglar shows up to see her, but instead of a birthday party, he finds the police waiting for him. Womp womp. So they arrest him again, and now he's back in prison. Shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina. celebrity chef and restaurant owner Guy Fieri, who had just taken it to that dealership to get it serviced. Now, the dude who stole it, his name is Max. And Max is 16, he's a high school dropout, but he's kind of a sharp guy. He had learned how to repel and disable alarms by watching YouTube tutorials. So he steals Guy Fieri's Lambo, and he can cruise around the city in it sometimes, but he doesn't really want to get caught. So the car, most of the time, sits parked in a storage unit he rented. Meanwhile, Guy Fieri, he keeps getting phone calls from his friends. Like, hey bro, I saw you driving around town today in your Lambo. Of course, it isn't him driving. It's actually Max. Now, stealing cars isn't the only illegal thing Max does. He actually makes money with a side business selling fake IDs to high school students. And this business is where things start getting crazy for him. Because one day, he sells a fake ID to this girl, Eva. Now, Max, he likes Eva. He thinks she is fine, and he really wants to impress her. And yeah, he's got this cool banana yellow Lambo. What more does he need? Sometimes he'll even pull up to meet up with her in this Lambo. He's trying to flex. But unfortunately, Eva isn't really interested in that. She only talks to him because she wants to buy another fake ID. So Eva and Max, they start texting back and forth often enough. She's always asking him about this fake ID he's gonna sell her. But Max, he's decided he wants her. So he makes his move. And he asks her, so what are you doing on Valentine's Day? And that is when Eva drops a bomb on him. She's like, I'm up here with my boyfriend. Now this absolutely crushes Max. And he's devastated. He doesn't like the fact that he has a boyfriend one bit. And he gets pissed off and he's like sitting in his room thinking about it, marinating. Now Eva's boyfriend is this guy, Landon. And Max, he finds Landon on Facebook and he starts talking trash to him and he threatens to fight him. And of course, none of this wins Eva over. So then Max, he comes up with a plan. He's gonna unalive Landon so that Eva will have to love him. Yeah, I'm not really sure that's gonna work out all that well. So 2 months later, after Eva had rejected Max's Valentine's Day text, Max sets his plan.
Hey, can we play Fortnite, please?